Hey everyone, welcome back to 22 Panels. This is the podcast that aims to examine, explore, and elevate the medium of comics. Good morning. I am Tyler, and across the interwebs from me is Tad and Phil. Good morning, fellas. How's it going?
It's morning.
It
Yep.
is. We always do this early. We almost did it last night, but at the last minute, huzzah, I'm available.
Yeah.
Uh, so
It's morning.
yeah.
It's morning after a interesting week.
Hmm.
So,
It has been a week. Phil, how are you?
has it only been a week?
Yep. Oh, I'm doing well. Yeah, it feels like
You're talking to us through water, Phil.
Yeah, it's garbled, buddy.
oh no.
No, that was
No,
clear.
So sorry. I said it's been at least a month since last week.
uh,
It
yeah,
was
no,
off a bit. There we go.
I feel like every day is a year this month since last week.
Hmm.
Well, guys, I don't know if
So
you're
we'll start
excited.
with the good news.
Okay.
There we go.
Mr. Miracle has been announced as an adult animated series based on the Tom King run. Um, I I normally care very little about comic book adaptations, a little bit more when they're animated, but way more when they're like underappreciated genius from characters that people don't know very much. Like I loved it when they
Like
did the
this guy.
Kite Man series.
Yes. Because I'm not a Mr. Miracle fan until Tom King did his.
Right,
And then
right.
I didn't even know who
So
he was.
in other fantastic news, um, I got an email from Andrew Iden this week because he is promoting and will be coming back on the show to promote Islands in the Sky, uniting stories, art, and survival in the work of Hurricane Helene. It's a joint production from Good Trouble Comics and the Appalachia Comics Project, and it will be launching this week on Kickstarter. So go, what do they call it when you bookmark it? Make it one of your favorite projects so that they will inform you on launch, and then you can give them their money. I'm pretty certain they're launching on the 18th, but I could be wrong on that. And he'll be on the show sometime the week after that. So, and then the long, long week. I'm gonna try to be succinct, and then you guys can say whatever you feel like you need to say.
Okay.
Uh, the first is Los Angeles is not on fire. I
Right.
repeat, Los Angeles is not on fire.
I
There
got
have
into
been
a
a couple of small, peaceful protests. In one of them, there was some property damage
Mhm.
along the lines of, say, the Boston Tea Party, um, that made for some good video that's been playing on repeat on Fox News. But that's like one car in a parking lot, and nobody was hurt by protesters. The same is not true of protesters um, from ICE agents or police officers or Marines, etc.
Anti-protest. Yeah.
Right. For that matter, the same is not true of reporters. You know, that there was a Australian reporter shot in the back with a non-lethal round while on air.
Yeah, I
Um,
saw that. It was, oh, that would look painful. It looked painful.
Another thing that should be pointed out is that senators who are conducting their legally mandated oversight duties should not be wrestled to the ground by FBI agents. I repeat, senators asking questions should not be wrestled to the ground by FBI agents. Um, Also, No government official should claim that he didn't identify himself, et cetera, when there A is video to the contrary, and B, he is the ranking member of an oversight committee that oversees you. In other words, Christy Nome knows who the fuck Padilla is.
Yes.
She has to have meetings with him on a regular basis. She had to have meetings with him to get confirmed. She knows who he is.
Yep.
In other news, everybody cross their fingers, say a prayer, whatever you do, that the preemptive strike Israel made on Iran this week is not something that we look back on months and years from now as the opening salvo of World War III. That is all. Commentary is welcome from either one of you.
Well,
Yeah, I agree. Strong agree.
yeah, this whole I don't even know where to start. Yeah, Ted, you pretty much covered it.
Yeah, I attempted to speak in metaphor to evade understanding from those who lack insight. But the dial's turned up, and it's getting scarier. It's getting scarier
You
every
know,
day.
Phil, I think we have alienated all listeners that might be on the right. So by this point, so you're speaking to the choir,
I mean, one would
honestly.
think.
Yeah.
One would think.
I think so.
Yeah.
So
I mean, I in some ways I hope not, because like I try to be understanding. The voters have some legit grievances. I'm not thrilled with the fact. I mean, also this week, David Hogg was pushed out of his leadership position in the Democratic National Committee because he had the audacity to say, "Hey, we have some old leaders who aren't doing their job, so I'm going to support primary challenges against them."
That seems pretty reasonable. Seems like a reasonable thing to say. So
Seems like something that the entire Democratic Party should be saying.
that's normal. That's normal procedure. I mean, like if somebody is not doing their job,
normal procedure should be that they left their jobs a long time ago and passed them down to, but like there aren't really many baby boomer or Gen X Democratic politicians. There's a handful of boomers, almost no Gen X, and then you have lost generation or Gen Z or millennials.
Wow. That's pretty startling.
So almost two generations of Democrats,
guys, because
never matriculated into.
Wow, that is true. I mean, Phil, how old are you, Phil?
Mm-hmm. I am going to be 35 in less than a month.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, you're a little bit younger than, but like Ted and I's age, like there really isn't representation for our age group.
There's a decent number of that are our age. It's like 5 to 10 years older than us that there aren't. 20 years older than us there aren't.
Yeah.
Because we're right on the edge of millennial.
Yeah. Yep.
I mean, Chris Murphy and Cory Booker aren't that older or younger than us.
Because you're a year older than me, right, Ted? Yeah.
Right.
Because I'm 43.
Oh, yeah, Chris Murphy is 51.
Okay. So yeah, I see what you're saying. Yeah.
Cory Booker is 56. So okay. I mean, there's a couple in there. Tim Waltz is in that range. I mean, there's
Tim Waltz is
none,
60.
but these people should be more of the elder statesmen rather than the youngsters.
I know. What do you guys
something like the last 7 congressmen to die in office have all been Democrats.
Yeah,
Crazy.
yeah,
And
Wow.
heard something
that
like
could be
that too.
problematic in places like Texas is deliberately slow playing the special election to fill one of those seats because it's a Democratic seat in Texas. And the Texas legislature and government are very much not Democratic, and they control the special election. So essentially, we lost a seat by having somebody die.
Yeah.
You know,
hmm So what is
I
going on
will
in your
throw out one really, really great stat, though.
Okay.
Vincente Padilla got more votes the last time he um, won re-election than 43, the bottom 43 out of the 53 Republican senators got combined
hmm
Wow.
because California is a huge state
Yeah.
and most red states are not.
Wild.
So Vincente Padilla by himself represents more people than 43 of the 53 Republican senators. And that's
Crazy.
actually, I mean, the Republican response has actually been the most disgusting part. I think Lisa Murkowski is the only one that said anything against it. And like fucking Mike Johnson actually called for Padilla's censure.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, I said I was going to keep it quick. We should
Oh,
seriously move on.
what's going before you do? What's going on in your guys' areas for like does No Kings protest today?
Yeah, there are a lot of them.
A lot
I
of them
think
by you.
Kelly and I are going to go out to at least one. Um, yeah,
We've
I
got one in Sioux Falls. Yeah.
yeah, I re-upped it on Blue Sky. I'm trying to remember who did it. Give me a second. There was a cartoonist who did a nice one-page foldable zine with lots of protest safety information,
Yeah.
etc.
Yep.
Um, so I think Kelly's actually printing a bunch of those so that we can set up and hand out buttons and zines.
Nice.
Yeah.
Let me give credit where credit is due on that one because it's very deserved. And he's got a nice sense of humor too.
Cool.
Uh, because he said it's Alex Groudon's. I did my best to compile as many protest safety notes as possible into a one-page fold-out zine. Coincidentally, it seems the file has breached containment, like it's available for anyone to print and hand out.
Funny.
What an incredible catastrophe.
Right, right. So, yeah, you can print up the one page folded appropriately. If you don't know how, uh, look all over the internet for single page zines, or go grab your copy of Scott McCloud's Understanding Comics. It will tell you how to fold it to make it into a nice zine.
That's cool.
Yeah. So anyway, let's talk some new to order this month.
Yeah. Let's do it. I looks like probably you want to share your screen?
Yeah, no, I do,
No.
but I also
No. Just said
uh
no?
well, no,
What?
well, I thought I had it shared, but I don't. But also, I was dealing with the fact that for whatever reason, it's sized badly right now.
Oh, I see that. All right.
Yeah,
First
but there
up,
we go.
Yeah. First up is Cruel Universe 2, number 1, from J. Holtham, Greg Pak, and Nocenti, art by Charlie Adlard, Cano, David Rubin. Okay. At the star-lined edges of infinity, EC Comics sci-fi smash hit returns to draw more worlds into the maw of its gravitational vortex with an all-new and unrelenting 12-issue maxi series. I'm not going to read the whole thing, guys, but you know Cruel Universe from
No.
their first volume, but come on back for this one. It's yeah, they're going to smash the laws of science, spice the immortal EC Comics genome into a new breed of parasitic extraterrestrial tales with an endless appetite for pain. Plus, as an added bonus, a nerve-rending science fiction classic from the EC vaults, painstakingly remastered and newly restored to its original coloring. Beyond space and beyond oblivion, there is something vast, unsympathetic, and envious that yearns to consume us all in this cruel universe. Yeah, this is going to be in shops, guys, August 6th.
This is annoying. Why did there we go. Okay. Austin, Texas, 2075, when breakthrough in botany tech ushers in a new business boom centered around hyper-efficient energy production. Two companies race to unlock the full potential of the technology in this story of corporate espionage, sibling rivalry, and merciless betrayal. This is Entanglement from the AWA Protopias project and written by Joshua Lack Kim and Ciara Nietzscherk with art from Max von Fafner. I've been loving the Protopias collection, so I am looking forward to this one.
Yeah, it's going to look cool. Or it does look cool.
Friend of the podcast.
Yeah.
We got to reach out.
This is Orla from our buddy John Lees, and art by Sally Canturino. Love is a monster. Yeah. Orla Bard is an antique restorer, romance novel enjoyer, and keen birder. She also believes in true love, continuing to navigate Seattle's single scene despite repeated disappointment. But Orla has the secret. She is afflicted with the ick, a man-eating monstrous entity dwelling inside her who violently emerges whenever she gets too angry or afraid. Unable to rid herself of this curse, Orla uses the ick to save other women by removing the scummiest men from the dating pool permanently. Hearts and bodies will be broken in this offbeat rom-com creature feature mashup in stores August 6th, guys. This looks cool, but I love John. So,
Hours 25 from Brian Bendis and Michael Avon Oeming. One of the longest running independent comics in history is celebrating his 25th anniversary landmark, a fun, dangerous adult look at the world through the eyes of Special Homicide Officer Detective Cutter and her brand new partner in the first power to ever make Powers Division, Mobius Moon. Under the watchful eyes of legendary captains Dina Pilgrim and Enki Sunrise, the new detectives are running through a minefield of all new dangers. A new unsolvable Powers murder has Cutter and Moon questioning everything about the world and their place in it. 12-issue series begins on September 10th. Ooh. They've been reading Powers since issue 1.
Nice.
A couple of new Star Trek series. The one that I'm most excited for is Star Trek Voyager Homecoming from Susan Bridges, Tilly Bridges, and Angel Hernandez. Captain Catherine Janeway and her crew are back for one last adventure. Picking up where the series finale left off, Voyager has just returned to Earth. Everyone is looking forward to reuniting with friends and family after their crucibles they've faced. But there is a deadly secret in store, one that takes the crew far from home. Voyager delves back into the breach, all those aboard determined to make it back to their loved ones, no matter what, even if there's hell to pay. That is in stores on September 3rd. Also, there's a Star Trek Strange New Worlds Seeds of Salvation #1 from Robbie Thompson and Travis Mercer that will start on August 27th as we get our new batch of Star Trek books coming, following up the Star Trek Omega wrap up of the Lansing Kelly Cantwell. What do we call it? We'll call it an
A
era.
run, a run. I don't know. An era.
Uh,
Okay.
Well, I'm trying to do a Star Trek type thing. It's
Okay.
not a
An era.
separate universe because it's in the main universe.
Okay.
Uh,
Okay.
yeah,
I get what you're saying. I don't know what I'd call it either,
it's
but
I like, and it's post Next Generation, Deep Space Nine, and Voyager, and before, yeah, but it's really good, and I'm excited about it, and I get to take my final exam with them in a couple of weeks.
that's awesome. Okay. Uncle Scrooge, Earth's Mightiest Duck, #1. Um, this is the planet has been conquered by alien invaders, the connoisseurs, nefarious hoarders of the rarest antiquities from throughout the cosmos. As they tear the earth apart, pillaging its fabled treasures, only the world's greatest adventurer could possibly stop them. But Scrooge McDuck is facing a battle unlike any other he's ever fought. Trapped inside, excuse me, I got to move Tad's picture. Hold on. Whoop. No, I just messed it up. There we go. Trapped
Inside
inside
his
his
own
own,
mind.
fighting to preserve his most precious memories. From writer Jason Aaron and an extravagant all-star artist comes the most epic adventure in duck history. This will be in shops August 13th.
The way you said that sounded like Jason Aaron is trying to steal Scrooge's memories, which
That would
sounds amazing.
that would be cool. Sorry, what happened was Tad's picture was right up in front of me, the camera picture, and then
Whoa!
it was over the words for a second. So I was like, hold on, I got to move Tad, and then he started reading, and then I got thrown. Yeah.
Graphic novel from Nakama Press and Mad Cave. Architect's Epiphany, Chiho Kwang and Chikit Kwan. I'm assuming they are siblings. And it might be Kwang Chiho and Kwang Chikit. Depends on which country over there, because like it changes, doesn't it? Does any help me out
Yeah.
here?
Yeah,
Yeah,
I think I mean in our vernacular, right, Kwong would be first, but
well, except that I think Kwang is the last name because it's the same between
Yeah.
the two.
oh, yeah, you're right.
But
The
I know that
first of
there
his
are
Chiho
some. I think
and
that some of the
Chikit.
countries over there, you say their last name first and then their
Correct. Yep.
first.
Yep.
But
Yep.
I
Yep.
don't
And
think it's all of the countries.
it's
And I don't
not,
remember
and
which
a
one.
lot of times those names get reversed in Western media and markets and such. So you'll
Exactly, which
that's
is
why
why
there's
I
confusion.
don't know if I did it right or did it wrong.
I think
Yeah.
in the Western way, it's
Yeah,
Chiho Kwong.
yeah.
Okay.
And Chikit Kwang.
Yep.
With pride and driven by vocation, the shaman Ling Tabor and city builder Ocean Hacklin valiantly answer their calling and undertake a dire mission to seek hope and redemption and the rise and fall of an entire civilization, Aishan City. Join them on their sweeping adventure set in a world full of fantastical creatures and magical powers in stores on August 20th.
All right. This one, Teen Titans, together. This is from Cami Garcia and Gabriel Piccolo. The Titans team up is complete. Corianders wants to trust newcomers Dick, Raven, Gar, Max, and Damien, but can she? After all, accusing Hive of abduction, experimentation, and torture is the same as accusing family friend Lynch Fairweather and Vic Stone, who she definitely trusts, as a summer job designing next level prosthetics in Edge Labs, which funds certain projects at Hive. Plus, Corey's sister Kira is singing the praises of working with Hive, offering an inside look at the potential a partnership could bring. This is going to be in shops, you guys, on November 4th from DC.
November 4th. The Wait from Melissa Mendez. A relative's Depression-era diary inspires a young woman's journey to adulthood in The Wait. Melissa Mendo's pastoral cartooning captures the openness of rural America, soft breezes, tall grass, whirring grasshoppers, rainstorms, skinned knees. But all the while, the cruelty, the disappointment of man lurks behind the barn and in the trailer. Life can be stubbed out as easily as a cigarette tossed in the dirt. One moment, all focus, next, gone without a thought. Will Edie find herself repeating a cycle, or will she be free like she felt as a child? This is from Melissa Mendez and Drawn and Quarterly Comics in stores on September 3rd. Now we've got some collections.
That one looks cool. This next one for you. Yeah.
From Zach Stafford, The Book of Shame, an extra fabulous collection. 192 pages of the best extra fabulous comics of all time, including print exclusive, never before seen comics. Warning: this book contains references to many bodily fluids, so it's best to lay down a tarp before reading. Webcomics master Zach Stafford presents his most shameful work of all time, the sopping wet follow-up to his debut graphic novel.
Sopping wet. God. That's fun. I picked for the next one Sabrina the Teenage Witch. Because I love Melissa Joan Hart.
Kelly
No, I'm
Thompson
just kidding.
collection.
Yeah, this is Kelly Thompson's Sabrina the Teenage Witch, along with Danielle Pagey, and art by Veronica
Fish. Yeah.
Yeah, Andy Fish, Matt Herms, and Jack Morelli, and Veronica Johnson, excuse me. Sabrina fans rejoice. This is the full collection of Kelly Thompson and Veronica Fish's iconic Sabrina series, spanning 2 story arcs and an extra special bonus holiday story. Sabrina is a teen witch who's struggling with balancing the double life of high school and her burgeoning powers. Newly relocated to Greendale with her aunts Hilda and Zelda, also witches, Sabrina is trying to make the best of being the new girl in town, which so far includes 2 intriguing love interests, an instant rivalry, a couple of misfits that could turn into BFFs, trying to save the high school and maybe the world from crazy supernatural events, blackmail, familial drama, and a portal to a paranormal world with unknown outcomes. You know, just your everyday teenage problems. In stores on August 6th. I missed that, from Archie. Yep.
From Archie.
Okay. You know what I just read? That Melissa Joan Hart is playing her first role right now as a grandmother.
Wow.
So I loved her in the TV series, so that's why I'm bringing that up.
Gotcha. So this is an example of the fact that DC Comics has been killing it, not just in their front pages, but in their back pages, because this is a collection of backups from Action Comics that looks amazing.
That's cool.
Supergirl Universe End. After joining the Superman family and their heroic efforts in Metropolis, Kara thought she had found her place in the world. That is, until Power Girl's sudden reappearance has made her redundant, putting both her identity and role into question. To find the answers she seeks, Supergirl must pursue a mysterious threat that only she can handle by going on a soul-searching adventure to the farthest reaches of space at the universe's end. From Mariko Tamaki and Skylar Patridge. Collect Supergirl Special Number 1 and backups from Action Comics 1070 to 1081 in stores on September 23rd. And I'll say that I read the Sophie Campbell first 2 issues of Supergirl this week, and they are also fantastic. So, you know, Supergirl continues to be awesome.
Yeah, I think it looks super. I like the idea of doing backup stories as a
Some cool final order cutoff stuff this week. We've got Beneath, graphic novel from Stephen DeKnight and Michael Gaydos at Mad Cave. I can personally speak to the fact that this next one is worth whatever it costs you. My Kickstarter edition came and it is beautiful. Bone Deluxe Edition Part 1, The Valley from Jeff Smith and Cartoon Books. I opened it up and I started cradling it, and my wife was like, "Don't you have Bone already?" And And I just held it and I said, yes, but this one is bigger and pretty.
Not this one, but not this one, but not this one.
It's like, yes, I have the black and white phone book, and I have the
Phone
color
book.
hardcover phone book, and I have all of the single issue
All of the
comics,
phone books.
and I have the box set of the 9 Scholastic color volumes, and I have the
I have
original
those too.
3. I have the original 3 hardcovers from when they were first collected, and I have it all digitally, and now I have it big and pretty.
Now I have it big. That's funny.
Don't question the bone.
Oh, funny.
This one's way up your alley. Catacomb of Torment, #1 from John Arcudi, Marguerite Bennett, Matt Kent, Patrick
Hmm.
Yazalungo, and David Lapham and Dan McCade at EC Oni. Their next horror series. Also up your alley, Tyler. Dread the Hall H one shot from Chris Ryle, Jordan Hart, Nelson Daniel, Peter Kowalski, Jimmy Kukaj, and Chris Anderson at Image. I am so looking forward to Godzilla versus America, Boston, from Hayden Sherman, Jesse Lonergan, Steve Orlando, and Matt Emmons at IDW. This ends tonight, #1 from Jerry Duggan and Jai Lee at Image Comics, and Will Eisner, a comics biography from Stephen Weiner and Dan Mazer at NBM. This is one of those rare times where everything actually, I'm pretty certain, comes out on the same day, though I forgot to actually write it down for Godzilla and Catacomb of Torment. But I think that all of this actually does come out on July 16th, with a final order cutoff of June 23rd. A few days left to back Oddly Compelling, the Dennis Kitchen story, from Ted Intorcio, Soren Christensen, and Tinto Press. Dennis has opened up his vault and put all sorts of interesting things at various levels. So, like, it's worth checking out just to go see, ooh, I would like that comic or that piece of ephemera or whatever. Um, Also, I think it'll be a cool documentary, and you can go listen to my conversation with Dennis, Ted, and Soren right now. Well, not right now, in like half an hour when you're done listening to this. Um, Ultimate
Yeah, don't
Oz Universe,
stop.
The Lost Lands from Cullen Bunn, Larry King, not that Larry King, and Mike Diodato Jr. at AWA, on Kickstarter through June 24th. Aces and Arrows, an asexual and aromantic comic book anthology from Cat Calamia and Lifeline Comics. Also edited by Jeremy Whitley, who joined me this week to talk about it and other things. It's on Kickstarter through June 26th. And please both back and join us at 2025's Insert Name Comics and Zine Festival. Ryan Carey and Emily Mayer are our organizers, and I think I will talk to them tonight. Am I talking to them tonight? That feels right. Look at my calendar. Am I talking to them tonight? Yes, I am. I'm talking to them tonight. So you'll be able to listen to it sometime soon. The festival itself will be taking place August 23rd and 24th at Schoolhouse Arts, 3450 Snelling Avenue South, in Minneapolis, Minnesota, and is kickstarting through July 14th. So, Tyler, what did you love this week? I loved
One of my books you loved?
and didn't read the other two. I am trying to catch up on one, and I meant to read the other.
Okay, so the Umbrella Academy is back. I've been waiting for a while. I don't know. Do you guys like the Umbrella Academy?
I do.
I have, yeah.
Okay,
Some like
so
it even more.
and Plan B is the new arc that's out, and #1 was really cool. We got to see the other team that Hargreaves put together. Where are they? The Canaries or something like that. I don't know. Sparrows. Thank you. Yeah, the Sparrows. So I really loved this issue. I thought it was super cool. And then Batman and Robin, Jason Todd was a sleeper for me because I wasn't going to, and I mean by that, like, it surprised me at how good it was. Because I wasn't even going to read it because I don't like Jason Todd as a character. but after you guys gave me a hard time last week, I picked it up and it was awesome. I'm like, this reminds me of like the way Jason Todd should have been written back in the 80s, you know? Um,
You mean Jeff Lemire makes good comics? I'm
dude,
shocked.
and Dustin's art was killing it.
Oh.
Dude, these were
Lemire
watercolor.
Lemire and Wen make good comics together. Tyler, I
Man,
had no idea.
I just, I know, okay. Yeah, I know. But I liked it a lot. Um, and
We're glad
uh
you found reason.
and Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles #9. I don't know, have you any of you been reading this? Either of you?
I was actually trying to
No,
catch up
unfortunately, it
on
sounds
this. I
good.
got through issue 6
Okay, so Jason Aaron,
this week.
yeah, Jason Aaron's on this book right now, and it is darker. It's
Yeah.
grittier. It's more violent. Donnie has lost his marbles because he's talking to a dead rat that he thinks is Splinter, and
Nice.
the rest of the team is making fun of him. But by issue 9, I don't want to spoil it too much, but the rest of the team is starting to see where Don's coming from. So Donatello might not be as crazy as the his brothers are making it seem. Um,
Love it.
yeah, so those were my
I
books.
mean, of course.
Yeah. Dad, how about you? What do you think was awesome or amazing this
Uh,
week? Sorry.
Trinity, daughter of Wonder Woman #1. Some awesome time traveling young Wonder Woman slash Wonder Robin slash, yeah, she had a bunch of different names depending on which version of herself. Yeah, there were so many things that should have been cringeworthy that Tom made funny instead, um, which is like one of his magic superpowers.
I agree.
Uh, and how it managed to beat out It Rhymes with Decay for my top spot, even though It Rhymes with Decay is amazing.
I'm waiting to read mine with my wife. She bought a
Yeah,
copy and we're gonna read it simultaneously.
there you go.
I don't know
There
why,
you go.
but we really like George
You're
Takei.
book clubbing it together. That's a good thing to do. Did you
Yeah.
guys already do They Call This Enemy?
Yes. Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So this is his later life.
Yeah.
Um
Yep.
and it's equally amazing.
Yep.
So yeah. Yeah, I don't even know what to say beyond that. And then Adam Rose and Magenta King really, really stuck the landing with Huge Detective #5. So that was also very pleasing. So in a week that also gave us Blue Palo Verde #1 and Falling in Love on the Path to Hell #8, Far Down Below #3, Fire and Ice When Hell Freezes Over #3. The Future Is #2, Golden Rage, No Mother Knows Best #3.
That's really good right now. I like that.
Yeah, Star Trek Lower Decks #8, Star Wars #2. The books that you mentioned already, some more that neither one of us are mentioning, but are probably good. I haven't gotten to them yet.
Probably are good.
Yeah.
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 The Batman books
That's
this week are good, but there is a lot of Batman out lately. So
yeah. That's where I landed.
okay,
So
that's
so,
cool.
and I am also just
Are
a
you?
little bit ahead of you in the 1.0 series
Dang,
because I
you
finished
did
my
it.
volume. I
I
finished
did
my
not.
volume.
Okay, so in the One Piece race, we are in week 41, possibly. Probably not.
Something like that.
We're probably in the
I think we
50s.
accidentally, yeah, because I know that I was reading in summer school last year. And I'm
Yeah.
2 weeks in summer school this year now. So yeah.
I think it was week 41 last week too.
Oh,
It's 41 every week.
Yep.
So we're gonna switch it to at least week
52.
42. At some
say
point,
we
I'll
go
go
to
back
fif-
and actually.
I say we go to 52 because if you were reading it a year ago, we're at least at 52.
Okay. We'll keep the question mark until we've confirmed.
Okay.
But
Well, anyway, I have read 510 chapters of One Piece, and I have to say, I'm at this point, I will just say I'm addicted. It's not
Yeah,
even a matter if I'm interested anymore. It's just
but
like
I
I have
am
to.
interested in it. I am still delighted.
It is good. Yeah.
I
Um,
mean, like in an alternate universe where I don't have a podcast that I take seriously and feel like I should read things for it, I would
yeah.
be done
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
because
Yeah.
I would have stopped reading everything else to just read One Piece. Whereas I make myself stop at the end of chapters and read other things. Not necessarily the end of chapters, the end of volumes. Make myself stop
Hmm.
no later than the end of volumes to start reading other things. If I don't get a volume done by Wednesday, I'll stop and start reading new comics interspersed with One Piece chapters. But like I try to read a volume between recording our episode and the end of the weekend. So like my goal will be to read the next volume by the end of tomorrow, no matter what else I'm doing.
Look,
Okay.
I just want to say, Tad, I am both impressed and envious by your volume of reading.
Yes.
I miss having when I worked at a library, I was able to read when it was slow, and I have fallen so far behind where I was when I worked there.
I mean,
Yep.
there are two things that help with my volume of reading. Um, the first is I work a job that can have downtime. The second is that I am really good at just never going anywhere without something to read. Um,
Hmm.
and taking every 5 minutes I have to read something more.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
that's actually something Stephen King in his book on writing.
That's a
Hmm.
good book.
It is.
That's
It's a
how I was as a
fantastic book.
kid. I've
It's a
I've
fantastic
been
book.
there.
And he
Yeah.
essentially pointed out, don't tell me you don't have time to read.
Yeah.
You sat in line at the grocery store yesterday. If you'd had a paperback in your pocket, you could have read 3 pages.
Yep.
You
Yeah.
know?
Exactly.
You don't have to find yourself a comfy couch and a cup of tea to curl up and read.
Sometimes, like people's
Um,
attention really requires that, though.
Hmm.
well, and
Like
that's where
my
you
one.
learn to mix up what you read. I mean, that's my other thing
Hmm.
is like particularly as I read more on my iPad and my phone, I know
Uh-huh.
what I can read in different situations.
Oh, okay.
So, like, I know what I can read a couple pages of, or what I can get through a whole issue in 5 minutes, or whatever. Um, so that I can actually shift my focus, give it the attention, and not be left. Or like in those, I know what I can read where I don't need to give it my full attention. Right? I read a different
Right, right,
thing
right, right.
when like my job is to provide oversight but not necessarily be hands-on. I read during that time because it allows me to control myself from being hands-on, but I have to read something that it's easy to kind of drift in and out of.
Hmm.
Hmm.
you know that's actually where I do a
That makes
lot of my
sense.
superhero comic reading.
Because
uh
that's easier for you as far as paying, you can come in and out of it. Yeah.
right.
Got it.
The formula is so familiar
Yeah.
that I don't often get lost in the middle of a superhero comic or even in the middle of a superhero story arc.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
I do. Yeah. Um, Sorry, I've got my camera off for a minute. I'm doing some crap, getting ready for my library stuff, but
He's
um,
crapping.
I'm crapping. That would be funny.
Oh.
Um, so anyway, uh, what were we saying? Oh,
Lazarus, baby.
Lazarus, we're going
Hmm.
into. Yeah, 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 yeah,
Issue 6.
yeah.
Hmm. Yep. This is another dip back into the future we are drifting closer to every day, where
Yeah.
the world is not ruled but owned by the families that have carved it up like a cattle. The part of the inside cover that I found most interesting today is among the waste, there are those who resist. The family calls them terrorists. They call themselves free.
Right.
And those were the portions. I mean, honestly, this was I read this morning, pre-coffee, and it just struck me like a freight train. Again, all over again. I mean, last week we were kind of discussing, oh, well, were they planning on going to the lift already? And I think this issue made it clear, no, they
Nope.
were planning on staying as far away from that family as they could, and their choices were leave their land, like literally walk away with whatever they could carry, or take a 15 to 20% raise on their already 50% tax. Like, it's just, it is downright draconianly abysmal. Yeah. What was your first impression, Tyler? I'm always curious of that, since you're the one reading it for the first time.
Honestly, I have to read it 1.5 times usually. So what I do is I read it, and then because it's dense for me. I don't know if it's just me.
Oh, it's very dense.
Yeah. And so I have a very short attention span with the chaos that is my household. My daughter is crazy. So I really like it, but I always have to go back and reread it before I read the next one. Do you know what I mean? So my impression of it, is I love the artwork. I'm not digging the story right now. I feel like it's a little slow, and I'm trying to avoid saying I don't like it, because that's not the case. There's not the case at all. I am just waiting, I don't know, for the payoff. I keep feeling like, I don't know what I'm trying to say.
Yeah.
I'm reading this thing, you guys, on it sounds like Phil is having some
Phil, are you underwater again?
Uh-huh.
Okay,
There
now
you
you're back. Now you're back.
Seriously, stop taking a shower while you.
I'm sorry for my aquatic nature.
It's weird because you'll be talking and all of a sudden it's like
I'm gonna do my best to go get a fresh box of internet today.
Fresh box of internet. I like that. Gonna
oh no,
spruce
cosmic
it up.
Interference. Yeah.
Funny.
Oh, goodness. No, I was trying to tell you that the payoff on this series is a lot further out. It is slower paced. It's more novelistic. I mean, honestly, if I don't see you hooting and hollering by the time we're in the 20s, I would be shocked.
Okay. Because what I am finding with this issue in particular is that, some areas are super heavy dialogue, and then other areas are very sparse. You know what I mean? Like, I'm looking for where I'm at. I'm reading a different version than you guys are, I think, because I am on comics. What app is this? Global Comics, and I'm reading
Global Comics.
Yeah, and I'm reading.
So you're reading the collected editions rather than the single issues.
Yeah. Yep. So I don't know what page to tell you here, because I'm on this cell is 43 and 132, but yeah, I am liking it, and I'm not. I find it hard not to, just because I'm reading it like these volumes, and then stopping after just one issue. That's hard. I just want to keep going because, like I said, it doesn't feel like I've reached the conclusion yet, and it's all right in front of me because I'm not reading single issues of it. It's weird, but I am loving it because, like you said, it's so apropos of what's going on right now. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, but I'm
absolutely.
Like I said, I can't. I'm not giving up at all because, like, I just find it a little slow at the moment. It'll
start.
And it's good to hear that you have to stop
much.
yourself.
I do. What I do is I read it, And then I get a little ways, and I'm like, wait, who is that? What are they talking about? Are they? And then I go back, reread it, and it's. I think it's part of my um attention span, having to try not to be confused over what's happening.
Yeah. Yeah, that makes sense.
Because
Um,
like Tad said, he gets pulled out of Supergirl, no big deal. He can jump right back. He knows the rhythm. He knows the
no, this
beats.
this is one that like I definitely, I mean, even as a reread, I set aside a time to like dive in uninterrupted. And then I like
Yeah,
go back and revisit it throughout the week. Um,
yeah. Because
Often this is like my Sunday morning before Kelly gets up read.
okay,
Um, or sometimes my Saturday right after the podcast read. I mean, I literally sometimes read the next chapter as soon as we're done.
oh,
Um,
I should do that.
I might do that too,
I should do
honestly.
yeah.
that.
It's
And
I
then
well,
that gives me
and then
the
I'd
whole
have to
week to
reread the
kind
night
of
before.
that gives me the whole week to have it like sit in. It gives me the whole week if I want to do any supplemental reading. It gives me the whole week to revisit. Um, so yeah. And this one, yeah, I mean what the choice the family has to make is ridiculous. Um, we've got a crazy and all too common example. I mean, we saw some of this in Los Angeles this week of give people the power to commit violence and very little oversight, and bad things sometimes happen.
Hmm.
Um, I mean, I guess they didn't exactly rape her because she offered herself in
Yeah,
exchange for food.
yeah. But that's
Um,
where do you draw the
I mean,
line?
but they're the
yeah,
ones
that
with
definitely,
guns, and
Yep,
she just wants
yeah.
food.
yep. I agree.
Well, yeah, that scene definitely turned my stomach a little bit
Yeah,
because I'd completely forgotten it.
yeah.
And also, before this point, I kind of been questioning Forever's heroism just because of the sheer, necessity of killing innocents. And this issue really put it back into place of like, okay, no, that
Well, I
she
mean,
still
but
aligns
like,
with my morals,
but but
at least relatively.
but the other thing is like it does bring out how um circumstantial morals can be.
Hmm.
Hmm.
Um, I mean, because I'm certain that there are people who could read this and like either not find any fault with any of the characters in that scene or find fault with the girl or Forever rather than the security guys.
Well, I think that unfortunately those interpretations are the fault of the people who make them. Like
No,
it's
absolutely,
yeah.
but I think like thinking about it and understanding society is how you do better teaching. I think I
That's fair.
think I think that when we are completely black and white, particularly about the thoughts and opinions of people who have very little power to impose those thoughts and opinions, and therefore it's only their own actions. And I'm not saying that they shouldn't have responsibility for those actions, and I'm not saying that there aren't. I mean, I think a lot about like, yes, we have immediate dangers right now, but like
Hmm.
we had immediate dangers in 2020 too, and I feel like the second we didn't have Trump as president, we acted like we weren't in danger anymore.
Hmm.
Yeah.
So thinking beyond, just immediate danger is an important thing to do. And I think part of
Hmm.
thinking beyond the immediate danger is not immediately looking at individuals' actions as 100% damning rather than um, learning opportunities. And I know
Hmm.
that there's some of those actions where it's almost icky to think that way, but
Yeah.
like, I think that's part of the problem is when you've got one group of people saying, yeah, you don't know any better, but you think and behave this way, so you're wrong and we want nothing to do with you.
Hmm.
And another group of people that are saying, no, you're doing it the natural way. You're not going to be
Hmm.
drawn to the people that you're worried. I mean, like, even if you want to do better, if you're worried that you've already done something that if anybody finds out about it 20 years from now, they're going to ostracize you. If you're troubled by having done something, but you're afraid that talking about it will mean that you're ostracized and that not allowed to learn from it, not allowed to atone for it.
Hmm.
It puts you in a difficult position.
Oh, for sure.
Um, I mean, I think perfection is a lot to expect of anybody. And yes, I know that some things are just horrible and whatever, but I don't know how many things I think are truly unforgivable. Um, and I think that's different for everybody, but I think it's dangerous as a society to be okay with there being too much.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly. I mean, like, you know, is murder unforgivable in our society? Under the right
Well,
context, maybe, you know, or,
I
might be
mean, there
forgivable, but
are a lot of countries that have less crime than us overall, and certainly less murder than us overall, where like
mhm.
the harshest sentence allowed for anything in their penal system is like 20 or 25 years.
hmm.
So this is a humorous quote from who I'm blanking on the actor name, but it was in Wayne's World where he says, a man kills a man in the heat of battle, it's called heroism. But if a man kills a man in the heat of passion, it's called murder.
Right.
That
Yep.
weirdly feels applicable here.
It
Yep.
does. Well, and like going back to the quote at the beginning that stuck out to you,
Hmm.
freedom versus terrorist.
Yeah. And
Um,
I mean, that's my sympathies are quite different this time around from having read it back when it first came out. And yeah, it's I mean, that's the I guess for me to put it as plainly as I can attempt to, I do think that there can be, moral debates over, you know, forever attempting to use someone else with that is, has nothing in this world to benefit her family, in her
Hmm.
eyes, protect her family, versus two guys who are willing to accept an offer of exploitation. That's one of those things that, I mean, I struggle to see a context in which that is okay. Whereas,
well,
you know,
um,
Forever's, I can understand her perspective.
I mean, there has been commentary, particularly in some of the back matter, that Carlisle
Mm-hmm.
is um particularly lacks gender bias.
Hmm.
Um,
Mm-hmm.
but I mean, I could absolutely imagine a scenario in this world where like large portions of serfs were males and I mean, again, like it's easy to talk in absolutes based on what we know and our upbringing and our culture and our education. And it's harder to
Mhm.
really put yourself into the shoes of somebody else who was raised differently with a different culture and different values and a different education.
Hmm.
Mhm.
You know, um,
I guess what I'm trying to say is
you're in water again.
I can understand how,
Start again for my guess.
people like the two soldiers exist.
Phil.
Oh no,
Phil.
I'm submerged.
Okay.
Okay. Yes. Can you hear me? Am I
Start again for
Yeah.
my guess.
Yeah,
I
we can hear
guess
you.
all right, I have lungs instead of gills. I can imagine a world that creates the two people like the soldiers. What I have a hard time imagining is like an absolute morality that thinks what they did was okay, and that's me. That's what
Yeah.
that's me personally. It's one of those things that I do think a lot about how, yes, morality can be heavily subjective, but I have to believe that some form of absolute morality exists somewhere.
I used to think so, and now I'm not so sure. After the last 10 years, I really don't know anymore.
Well, and I'm really scared that absolute morality tends to be how we convince ourselves that other human beings are less than.
Yeah,
That's fair, absolutely. Like
yeah.
you're
I mean, the idea of
I
absolute
I would also say
morality.
that while I hope that absolute morality exists,
We might have lost him.
We
it was
lost you,
well.
Phil.
No.
Hope that
I'm
absolute
here.
morality
I
exists.
was trying to give you space too.
Oh, okay.
Yes, I hope it exists. I recognize how difficult it is to
I think it's
assert.
more something to strive for than something
Yes,
that um
Yeah, well, in my brain, like I've talked about before, with having BPD, my brain it operates in black and white. So either you're good or you're not, and you're bad or you know what I mean. It deals in opposites. I have a hard time seeing in tones of gray, in terms of like on a spectrum, right? That's hard for me to see that morality isn't one or the other. You know what I mean?
yeah. Yeah.
Uh,
So as we're starting to run low on time, and I want to get to some of the back matter that I know Tyler didn't read. But Phil is um even more dialed into comics Twitter than I am. So I'm gonna first say, did you recognize a name in the letters?
in the letters. Ooh, let me see. I thought that first one, Andrew J. Shaw, looked Oh, Josh Cruz, I
Josh
recognize.
Cruz. Josh Cruz.
Yeah,
That was the one I was going for.
nice.
nice.
Yeah. Josh Cruz, night nurse. Had a letter, brought up Max Berry's Jennifer Government, which I just bought an audio copy of to eventually read. Um, Talking about that being corporations running the world rather than the families, and I think that made me think like, what's the difference? And really, I think ultimately that there isn't. I think that eventually corporations become families. Does that make
Yep.
sense?
Yeah.
Through stock buybacks, through consolidated control, etc. I think the end game is not that it's a corporation running it with a board of directors or whatnot, but that if it's a board
Hmm.
of directors, it's a board, it's still corporations running things because, a handful of people that make up the board of directors of all of the corporations decide to keep the facade that there are multiple corporations rather than just
Yeah.
the X number of them.
Hmm. Holding
Uh,
companies.
right. So, um, I'm kind of looking forward to listening to that book at some point. Um, and I feel like I need to try to make certain that I actually remember to publicize this episode on 22 panels, just to give the shout out to Josh Cruz and his letter. Um, if for no other reason, he has many more followers than us. We'll take advantage of his fame.
Yeah,
um,
we'll piggyback on that.
yeah, it was nice to see another family story. Though it also feels like a similar family story. You know, rich family consolidates power some more, is in the
Yeah.
right spot to to uh to jump in when uh when the Macau Accords take place.
Hmm.
I
Hmm.
also love that it's all that Lachlan is used, because that
Mm.
immediately made me think of Lachlan Murdoch. And since it is the family that controls Australia and Indonesia, that's even more
Mm.
um, on point. Um,
Yeah. I wanted to point out, I think it's fascinating that um, Bittner, who was featured in the last issue's back matter, had at the time of the Macau Accords estimated value of 38 billion, whereas Carragher has an estimated value of 184 billion. So
Jeez.
there's yeah, so there's
well,
quite
I
a
mean
range of powers.
that's kind of
That's a
how we've actually reached.
Hmm.
Um,
Those estimations, yeah.
like Forbes real-time billionaire list. Um,
I kind of hate that this exists, but it is useful.
but it has for years. You've
Yeah.
got Elon Musk at 410, and then you fall to Larry Ellison at 258, Zuckerberg at
Mm.
235, Bezos at 226, and then you drop another 75
Ah.
billion to Warren Buffett at 152, Larry Page at 144, the Bernard Arnault family at 141, Sergey Brin at 138, Steve Ballmer at 136. And this is also the sign that I keep saying, we don't even know who a lot of these people are.
Yeah.
Jensen Huang at
yep.
123, uh, Amancio Ortega at 122, Bill Gates at 116. I remember when Bill Gates was close to becoming the first 100 billionaire and
Yep.
Wow.
gave away half of his money.
Jeez.
Yeah, he did.
Oh,
Michael Dell
it's astounding.
114, Rob Walton and family 112, Jim Walton and family 111. So imagine if the Waltons were still really one family.
Ugh.
Mhm.
Mukesh Ambani, 108. Michael Bloomberg, 104. Alice Walton, 103. So there we've got three Waltons with more than $100 billion.
Mm.
Um, Carlos Slim Helu at 93. 89 for Francois Betancourt Myers.
So here's a mildly encouraging thought is that if we were to scout out our Macau Accord signatories today, the 16 to 20 people could be any of these on the list, and
Yeah.
we are not necessarily stuck in a Lazarus world run with a Musk family. So there's
Right.
that silver lining to take a look at.
But like if by the time you get to 50 on the list, you're at 36.5 billion.
Yeah, that's a Bittner.
You know, by the time you get to 100, you're at 21 billion. So there's 50 kind of in that $15 billion range.
Yeah.
Wow.
And
The fucking long tail of
let's
billionaires.
see.
This is disgusting.
Yeah. Wow. You get down to I'm just trying to figure out how far you have to go to get to. Yeah, okay. You got to get to 293 before you get to the first
Single
first
digit.
person under 10 billion.
Yep.
Wow. Wow.
But still, think about that. 293 people with more than $1 billion.
More than $10 billion.
More than
Or
10 billion.
293 families. 10 billion. Yeah.
Jeez.
You were at 570
Well, look,
and you're not, or 5.7, and you are
Mark
not.
Cuban is only at
Holy
633.
shit.
Yeah, Mark Cuban 633, and
recently exposed to blue sky drama. Mark Cuban. Sorry.
it's crazy that
Yeah.
you are 700 at 700 right now, and you're only down to $5.4 billion.
Yeah, there's probably at least 1,000 billionaires in the world.
Jesus.
I mean, I wonder where it stops. It looks like it's hitting the end at about 780, but it's still going. Okay, it is still going. It's just we're struggling with the scrolls here.
Yeah, because I'm scrolling up. H. Ross Perot Jr. is only at 4.6 billion.
See, I don't even know that name.
You don't know Perot?
You don't remember Ross
I don't.
Perot? Go watch some old Saturday Night Live. He ran for president twice.
Yeah.
Well, I was probably a kid then.
Yeah,
it was in the 80s,
80s, 90s.
92
I
and
wasn't
96.
born in the 80s.
Yeah, 92
Yeah, I
and
would
96.
not have. I barely understood why Bill Clinton was getting impeached when he did. So
No, my point, go watch old Saturday Night Live because Dana Carvey played both Bush and Perot.
Interesting.
Which made it
I'd
hilarious.
watch that. Yeah, that does sound pretty funny, actually. I do like a good double roll.
Yeah.
Yeah, the problem with Bill Clinton is that the Republicans wanted to portray themselves as so modest, right? How dare you?
Well, no, the problem was they would have loved to get him for something for real, but they didn't have anything. But they happened to come across, he lied about this sex thing that we never should have asked him about, but we have evidence that he lied, so we're going to run with it.
Yeah.
I mean, officially, it wasn't even about the sex thing. It was about lying about the sex thing.
Yep. Yeah. It was insane. I mean, you're right. It was the biggest scandal we've seen in politics since Watergate. And now that is nothing compared to what we have now. Nothing.
I mean, I feel like we've had more scandal. We've had 3 things this week worse than Watergate.
Yeah.
I was going to say we couldn't.
And
we couldn't
I feel
even...
like we can say that almost every week this year.
Yeah.
So, Tyler, you're running up on time. So let's move into what we're excited for. 3 books we hope will be spectacular. I was a fashion school serial killer number 3, Doug Wagner and Daniel Hilliard. Doug just keeps bringing the hilarious and bloody.
Yeah. Oh man, have you been reading this, Phil?
I have not. I need to catch up on all things Doug Wagner because it looks
hilarious and bloody.
Okay,
yeah,
so think horror comedy, right?
Yeah.
I think in terms of like if this was a movie, have you ever seen Shaun of the Dead?
Of course.
Yeah, this is a Shaun of the Dead.
This is the fashion school serial killer version of Shaun of the Dead.
It sounds great.
Oh man. Okay.
Imagine that Sean wanted to make clothing, and rather than just killing zombies, he was killing people to use their skin and
for his clothes,
bones to make his clothes, and his blood to take special baths.
I meant more in terms of like the comedy horror, you know.
No, I was trying to be serious.
Oh, okay. I thought you were like really reaching.
I'm like story.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's my point here is somehow Sean is still the hero of the story.
That was my point too. Yes. Yeah.
But
instead of killing zombies, he kills assholes.
Yeah, it's good. It's good. So yeah, read that. And you know what? Just read anything Doug Wagner and
Yes.
Daniel Hilliard. They're
I
an
mean,
awesome duo.
frankly, all three of the writers that I have on the books that I hope will be spectacular this week fall into the category of just read anything that they write.
Hmm.
Um, for that matter, Tom King, Kelly Thompson got left off the list this week. And
Mm.
so did Spencer Ackerman because
Oh no.
like yeah. So I was a fashion school serial killer number 3, Vanishing Point number 2 from Mark Russell and Ryan Alexander Tanner. It looks kind of like he's doing an unofficial one-shot version of the Jetsons on this, only in the Mark Russell way. Vanishing Point
Mm.
is his own like kind of anthology series where each issue is with a different artist and a different thing, but like a futuristic story. Mad Cave. And then Ryan North and Mike Norton are bringing us Crypto, The Last Dog of Krypton, #1 from DC Comics. And like, there are only a handful of writers that you could tell me were bringing us Crypto, and it would make my list. But Ryan North is very much one of those writers.
Oh
Um,
yeah.
Yep.
so I'm
I
very
have
much
gotten to the point where I'll read anything Ryan North, and I'm really enjoying his Fantastic Four stuff right now. It's pretty cool.
right.
Um,
I'm liking his One World Under Doom.
yep, same. And
Yeah.
I don't even like events, and I
I don't
think
like
that
events. I don't like Doom that much, though. I'm getting to like Doom better just because, like,
yeah,
between
and
Bendis writing him and then Cantwell writing him and now Ryan North writing him, it's like, God damn it, guys. Why do I have to see things that I didn't see
Nope.
before and make me think
But
differently about this villain?
why do you have to make him cool? But no, it's good. It's good. One World Under Doom
but
is a good event. I'm liking it.
Hickman's Doom. Hickman's Doom is also amazing.
I
I'll have
need
to
to
read
read
that.
more Hickman. I'll be the first to say I need to read more Hickman. I haven't read enough Hickman. Um,
I've read
he,
enough to know how he
dense.
operates, right?
Right.
He sets these little Easter eggs up that'll pay
Yeah.
off years later.
Well, and also I've read enough to know
Yep.
he's not somebody that I can read quickly a few pages at a time while I'm watching students. He needs more of my attention and I often don't have that level of attention to give to the comics that he's writing because A, they're getting the attention they need, and B, they're often superhero stuff. At some point I'll become a paying subscriber to uh what is it? One World, Three Moons, Three
Yeah.
Moons, Three Worlds,
Yep.
whatever it is.
Whatever
Um,
it is. Yeah.
because I'm very interested in that universe, but like I'm very interested in taking a deep dive into that universe.
Mm.
Um, I don't
Good
think I need
idea.
it as a
Mm.
like ongoing thing. I need to finally read all of
Yeah.
East of West, that sort of thing.
Mm. Oh, it's so good. It's
Oh,
Victor
I
Gutta.
know it
It's great.
is, but it's dense. It's
Yeah.
not it's not it's the type of comic that I need to carve out time for rather than I mean, you talk about how do I get so much reading done? It's I pick and choose, and a lot of what I read is the stuff that I can slip into chunks.
Yep.
Um, Hickman's work generally doesn't work that way for me. And that
It's
means that I have
understandable.
a bigger Hickman hole than I would otherwise have.
Yeah, and the X-Men stuff, that was daunting.
That's another thing that I'd really like to go through
Hmm.
and read, but haven't
And
had the
I
time
did
to
it in real
really.
time, and it was hard.
Yeah, yeah. Well, again, I think it would have been harder for me to do in real time because I don't think I would have kept the thread
Yeah, I get it. Yeah, it
week to
was.
week,
Yeah.
month to month if I was reading other stuff. I
Yeah.
need to not have other stuff in my head to be able to
to do. Yeah, I get it. All right. What else was on your? Were you at number 3? Yeah,
That
crypto was your last one.
Yep. And I even kind of mentioned some of the other stuff. So it's all you, man.
All right. So like
And
Tad,
all 3 years are ones that I'm looking forward to. But
like Tad, I
decisions had
have
to be
fashion.
made.
I was a fashion school serial killer as number 1. And then Batman and Robin year 1, number 8 already. I can't believe it's number 8.
I
And
know.
Mark Wade and Chris Samney's Batman and Robin. See, this is the Batman and Robin that I love. I mean, I was pleasantly surprised by this Batman and Robin. But and then
no, this has been I love Chris Samney.
Yeah.
I like Mark Wade a lot, but like who he's paired with matters a lot. But he and Samney are a killer pair.
Yeah. And then I picked this one last minute because I forgot one. So, but I do love Jeff Landshark, number 1, and
in his first ongoing comic series rather than web comic series. So
Guru Hero, Guru Hero, is that pronounced right? Anyway, I am very much looking for, like you said, an ongoing Jeff comic would be awesome. I want to see.
I don't remember if it's ongoing, or but it's coming out first in comics rather than coming out first online.
Yes. Yep. And I would love to see more Jeff integrated into mainstream Marvel. I think that would be fun just to see him pop up in a background somewhere. Or, I mean, you don't even have to like talk about him. Just, it's a little Easter egg.
I wouldn't complain.
I wouldn't. Anyway, guys, this has been fun, but I got to go to the library and do some book shelving. I do a lot of book shelving.
Well, that just means that a lot of stuff's being checked out, and that's a good thing.
Oh yeah, our library is, for a town of 5,000, it's really active. But then again, it's our county library, and we have about 15,000 in the county. Anywho, any last words, guys?
I am good.
We're recording the boss battle for 22 panels no more tomorrow. I'm pumped. I hope my internet's doing better by then. That's it.
All right, you go buy yourself a fresh pack of internet. And guys, thanks for listening, and we'll catch you guys after the next page. Later.
Hey guys, this is Tyler from 22 Panels. I'm here to tell you all about our Patreon. If you enjoy this show, please consider donating to our Patreon to keep this show going. We have many different tiers, all different levels to help you decide what's right for you. Okay, so get on out there to patreon.com/22 Panels Podcast.